name's Kate Charles, welcome to Kate Charles Garden Design. I'm going to show you today how to get more basil cuttings from a supermarket basil plant. What I have here today is a cutting that I took several weeks previously, and as you can see it's rooted and it's growing several nodes. So what I'm going to do today is cut off at a node and show you how to make it root. Make the initial cut just above a leaf node on the parent plant. Remove all the leaves apart from the top two. Shorten the stem by cutting just below a leaf node. And taking a cutting like that won't damage the plant that you're taking the cutting from. In fact, what it'll do is encourage it to bush out, so you actually get a better plant. This is the plant I just took a cutting from. As you can see, in the little nodes here, there are some baby leaves starting to come through. Now I'm going to leave that and let it grow. This is a plant that I took a cutting from a couple of weeks ago, and it's one of the ones that in a minute I'll show you has been rooting. And as you can see, these leaves are much more pronounced and it's starting to bush out. And these will grow into separate stems, and then you can take cuttings from them and you can have a perpetual basil plant. Once you've got your cutting prepared and you cut beneath the node and you cut all the leaves off just to the top, all you need to do is get a little jar of water, just tap water like this, pop it in so that the end of the root is down in the water but the leaves are not in the water, so it should just sit on the side. And if you pop it on a sunny windowsill and wait for a little bit longer than you think it ought to take, it will suddenly start sprouting roots. These little plantnets are just about ready to root. Just take this one out so you can see they've been in this jar of plain tap water on a windowsill, and it's taken them about 2 weeks to start putting on roots. It looks like they're not doing anything for ages. Just be patient, and then all of a sudden these little white roots will start to grow, and they're going to grow from the node that you have pinched off from the main plant. We've got 4 cuttings here. The 2 on the left aren't ready to pot up yet because their roots are quite short. The 2 on the right are ready to pot up. Their roots are a couple of centimetres long and well grown. Now we're ready to pot up our rooted cutting. I've just got a small pot here and I've got some non-peat based compost here. It's just general purpose compost. It's perfectly fine for seeds, seedlings, potting on, anything you want to use it for, and it's widely available. So I'm just popping that in there. It is just below the surface, the rim of the pot here. I've got my little dibber. You don't need this particular tool. Anything that is able to do this is fine. You can use a pencil, anything that will do the job, and you just make a little hole for the cutting to go in. And we've got our rooted cutting here. As you can see, it's got these beautiful long roots. It's been sitting in the water. We're going to pot it up into the compost and very gently pop it in to the compost here, making sure we don't crowd the roots. And then we'll just ease it in, making sure that it's sitting right in the centre, nice and upright. I'll put a little bit more compost around the edge just to tuck it in nicely. And then we'll just firm it down so it's ready to grow. I'm going to put some vermiculite on the top. This is not a completely necessary step, but I find it is useful to maintain the moisture levels. It means you don't need to water it quite so often. Vermiculite is a product that is available from all good garden centres, and it just sits on the top very gently, like so. Once you've got everything in place, put your cutting in its pot in a tray and water it from the bottom. So watering it from the bottom means that your roots will be drawn down, and so you won't have the roots all at the surface. You'll grow some really good strong roots. The tray is, the bottom of the tray is covered in water. The soil will pull the water up, and the roots will understand where the water is coming from, so they'll grow down and out. And you've got it in the right size pot so that you're not overwatering it, and it'll grow to a good strong root system. You can keep this cutting in this pot for its entire life if you want. Keep taking more cuttings from it when it grows into a big plant, or if you wanted, you could pot it up into a larger pot and keep it going. Basil isn't a very long-lived plant, so you'll probably get enough cuttings of this and the other plants that you grow to keep you in basil for the whole summer, but it may not last through the winter. So consider this something that you do during the summer.